8 years old today.
She's still 8?
She's still 8, but we have to mention it again because she wasn't home from school. Living in Michigan, she was at school like a good youngster should. Happy birthday, Isabella.
Happy birthday. Dad thinking of you. Shanahan shot goes wide. Team Canada goals from 6 different players. Eisenman's got a goal and 2 assists. Korea's 1-1. Lemieux, 2 assists. Brewer, Niedermeyer, Gagne, Lindros have all picked up a goal in this game for Team Canada. Their biggest offensive output is added to it. Jerome Iginla.
Boy, did he let her rip, Gary. Beautiful pass from behind the net by Shanahan. Iginla just waited in the slot. The Belarusian team is... fuel tank is just about out of... it's on fumes right now. Big battle behind the net. You see both Canadian players come out. Shanahan do it again. They just waited patiently. Up high. Beautiful release. 7-1 Canada on there, less than 4 minutes away from playing for the gold medal during these Olympics 2002.
A 7-1 lead as the leading scorer in the National Hockey League, Jerome Iginla, gets his first Olympic goal ever. At 16-15, Shanahan got the assists on it. The centering pass blocked back onto the near side point. Zurich shot once, twice blocked out the center. So for these Olympics, Iginla, Lindros, Gagne, and Niedermeyer have all had their first goals in these Olympics scored here today against Belarus. Korea long up ice for Brendan Shanahan. The Red Wing, nice pass ball. Korea cutting. Korea makes the turn, leaves it, shot Shanahan, missed it wide. In behind the net, Michael Pekka saying prayers, that shot missed him. I mean, he was going behind the net, and so next thing you know, a flurry of black went by, and it wasn't Theo. Foot on the near side. Foot trying to send it deflected off the boards by Zurich. Over to get it is Pankov. He'll leave it there as we've got about 2.5 left to go here in this third period.
Now this Belarusian team provided their country with some thrills during the Olympics of 2002. Most of this team has been together for 7 or 8 years. They all come out of the same school in Minsk. They've added 2 or 3 other players. Of course, Soleil from the NHL.
Whoa. Lindros put the first hit on. He then got bumped by Siplikov, and then Lindros slashed Siplikov. And they're chatting.
And they're both going to the box.
Canada's going to go to the gold. Coming up, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the United States and Russia. Oh, my.
Oh, is right. That'll be on CNBC. Wayne Gretzky and his crew will be able to watch that one to prepare. Here's the Lindros play we were talking about with Siplikov, Gary. Oh, my. Siplikov into the chest of Lindros with the shoulder. And then Lindros got mad with a stick. Well, actually, with Siplikov, he slashed later.
Yeah, Soleil got hit.
Soleil, I apologize.
Siplikov stepped up for his teammate, and then the two of them exchanged slashing and roughing penalties at 17:43.
I'm thinking about the USA-Russia game. Oh.
Can't help but think about that.
Elevating thinking about that.
And to meet for a second time.
Controversy.
Yeah.
Who's officiating, who's not. The Russian delegation here not happy with a lot of different things. And you know, before the game against the Czech Republic, President Putin of Russia called Fetisov, the coach, in the locker room before the game to get them pumped up. You know what they're saying about that game, Gary, in Russia? I'll let you finish here.
He didn't.
They're saying that during the game in Russia against the Czech Republic, the TV rating was 50. Half the households with TVs had their TVs turned on to the Czech-Russia game. Can you imagine?
Well, you talked about politics involved in the Olympics, JD. It still goes on in Russia. The old guard in Russia wants their team to lose. Slava Fetisov was one who protested in the most vehement ways against the communist regime. He brought Russian players to the United States and the NHL. He literally went on the barricades when the communist regime went down and stood there for his country. He is a man who could run for an office in Russia and win. I mean, he is that highly thought of. And so now it's the old guard against the new guard, and the old guard saying, you know, to heck with Slava Fetisov, to heck with what he's trying to do with Russia in the hockey program. We want him to lose. And Putin's on the line because he supports Slava. He put him in there as coach and GM.
I have a great deal of admiration for Fetisov. Herb Brooks coached Fetisov when they were both at one time with the New Jersey Devils, and they have a ton of respect for one another. I'm hoping for a world-class classic hockey game, and I don't want to talk about politics. Can't stand it.
Laird back. We are down to 1 minute left to go as the fantasy, the Cinderella story that has been written by Belarus is going to end here against Team Canada that has the 7-1 lead. They have had just an overpowering game in every way with Eiselman, Brewer, Niedermeyer, Carrier, Gagne, Lindros, and Iginla picking up the goals in this game. Eiselman the 3-point game, and he didn't play much here in the third period. 7 different players have scored goals for Team Canada.
Canadian fans are feeling it. They have had some emotional Olympics regarding their men's ice hockey team, but the team grew together. Of course, Wayne Gretzky got him very emotional earlier in the tournament, and they are together. They are a unit of one, and they're trying to win their first gold since 1952. The team was called the Edmonton Mercuries, and now they have the opportunity. This will be whoever comes out of the other side, Team USA or Team Russia. It'll be a world-class game there, too, for the gold.
Counting down the final seconds here in this game as Belarus, with control and 20 seconds left to go, moves it up the near side. Dudick into the corner, dropped it off. In net, Martin Brodeur has taken over the job as number 1 for Team Canada. Siplikov and Lindros are ready to go at it. Sticks are up. We've still got 6 seconds to go.
Everybody ought to just get in there and separate everybody, and let's move forward. It was a very one-sided game, and Lindros got nailed.
I was going to say, JD, the thing to remember, if you drop those gloves, start fighting, you're gone.
Good point. That's why I think you just saw the sticks continue. Siplikov headed to the box.
Lindros held back. Yeah.
I think Lindros just wanted a payback as he knows time's running out. He may not see Siplikov again. But more important right now just to look ahead and forget about what's happened.
A little bit of the old Philadelphia Buffalo rivalry going on here. These two have faced one another a lot in the NHL. That's going to do it. Team Canada convincingly the final here, 7-1 over Belarus. They go for the gold.
Congratulations to Team Canada. That was a pretty good, in fact, it was a very strong team effort. They got some goal scoring, something that had been missing. And I think that confidence level in that area gets lifted now. They took care of business. This is the score we expected. In fact, we expected it with Belarus and Sweden, but the Belarusians had a different plan in mind. And now Canada gets to sit back, relax, and get ready for the gold medal game.
Belarus still gets a chance at a medal, but it won't be the gold one. That effort will be for Wayne Gretzky's club, Joe.
Wayne, your team is in the final. You finally get there for the gold medal. Are you a little bit more relaxed now than you were earlier?
Not really. You know, we wanted to get to the gold medal game, and we've accomplished that. But unfortunately for us, we know the U.S. team and the Russian team are both good. We know it's going to be a tough game on Sunday, but at least we're there now.
Wayne, because you made it this far and because you can get eliminated early, do you think the players, though, will be a little bit more relaxed knowing that there's just one game left?
I think so. I think that our team's been under a tremendous amount of pressure. We've gotten better every game in this tournament. I think our team play just improved game in and game out. And, you know, if we play the Russians, obviously there's a lot of Canadian fans here. If we play the U.S. team, obviously we'll be, you know, kind of the visiting team and a little bit more pressure maybe on the Americans. But they've played really well. They've been the best team in the tournament. And I think the Russians have their hands full with the U.S. team.
How do you handicap that, Wayne? You've got the U.S., which is more North American style. You've got the Russians that handle the puck and like to control play and be patient. What about your team playing against either one of those? Are you going to have to change your style at all depending on whom you play?
No, not really. I think the styles of North American hockey is a lot more similar now to the Russians than we've been in the past. You look at guys like Madonna and Brett Hull and Waite. These guys handle the puck and skate as well as any of the Soviet players. So either team's going to be tough. I think it's going to come down to goaltending in that game. It's going to be a close game. I know Richter's a great goaltender. I know Happy Bullen's a great goalie. So I'm sure the U.S. team's going to be fired up and ready to go. They play great in this tournament.
Would you rather be playing?
Well, we all wish we could still play, but unfortunately we all get old. And it's a lot more difficult to sit here and watch. But our team played better and better as this Olympics went along. And we put ourselves in a position to have an opportunity, and that's what all you can ask for.
Thanks for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Jim Lampley, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Joe Micheletti. The clear signal there from the great one himself, Wayne Gretzky, that he won't relax until a gold medal has been acquired for Canada, and a possible hint of what might be coming next in the psychological warfare at the hockey arena if the United States is to make the final. As Gretzky says, A, the United States has clearly been the best team in the competition so far, and B, with the Americans playing on home ice, maybe there'll be more pressure on them. We'll be back with more post-game reaction in just a moment.
Looking for someone who's tough, smart, oh yeah, and just a little sexy?
This is the language that scares the hell out of people.
Forget it.
I'm Chris Matthews. Let's play hardball.
He's not looking for compliments. He's looking to cut through the spin and show you every side of the story.
Are we willing to make sure that something like this never happens again?
We owe the American people an explanation.
Looking for sexy? Look somewhere else. Looking for hardball? Look no further.
This is history.
Hardball with Chris Matthews, weeknights at 7 Eastern on MSNBC.
At Lithia Honda of Pocatello, get it while the getting's good. Choose your car, then choose your rate. As low as 2.9% financing for a very limited time. Get the brand new Honda Accord LX you've always wanted. Get a low Lithia lease, or get a great Lithia rate. Get behind the wheel of a brand new Honda Civic LX. Get the low Lithia lease, or get that great rate. Lease it or buy it. You just gotta get it by February 28th. Drive a better deal home at Honda of Pocatello.
At Herning, get the gold medal treatment you've been looking for and Olympic size savings. Buy any new 2002 Pontiac in stock at actual factory invoice, and you keep the rebate. That's right. All 2002 Pontiacs, $2,002 under invoice. Get $2,002 cash back on GMC trucks, combined with dealer discounts, and save up to $7,000. Save thousands on Denali's, Yukons, and crew cabs. Get gold medal service, selection, and the best deals around at Herning, Southeast Idaho's low price leader. Come see why so many people buy at Herning.
This February on Cable One Digital.
Next February, we've got the home snow.
This is my house. You play by my rules. First rule is I never lose in my house. You're just a guest. You might be good, but I'm the best. This is my
The Winter Olympics in our house, Salt Lake City, 2002. See it on the networks of NBC.
Watch the glory unfold on Cable One Digital. More choice, no dish.
We welcome you back to MSNBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games. Canada has brushed aside exhausted Belarus, as was expected in the first of the two men's semifinal hockey games. We bring back in now our analyst out at the E Center, Bill Clement. And Bill, off the way they played, it is impossible for me to imagine Canada now being better positioned for the final.
All systems are go, Jim. It's incredible Canada looked awful in their first game, and they have built since then to the point now where all systems are go. Their defense were fantastic. They've got the best sticks in the tournament. They blocked more shots and deflected more passes than any team so far in the tournament. Offensively, Canada now has it cranked up. 7 different scorers scored in this game today against Belarus. But besides that, and even more importantly, 4 of the scorers scored their first goals of the tournament. And now I think Canada's got Eric Lindros wound up offensively, and that will be a positive. We want to show you the goal that he scored on the power play from our Total View technology and show you how difficult Eric Lindros is to actually control. Here he is out front, but watch how he continues to move. He is not only huge, he's not only strong, but when he's moving, he's even tougher to control. Now Canada's power play is in sync, and I'll show you how. As Ryan Smith moves to the front of the net, he communicates with Eric Lindros, I got the spot, you move out front. So when Smith takes up his post in front of the net, Eric Lindros moves out. That was one scoring chance. Now, the Belarus team learned a lesson the hard way, and Zankovets is the guy that learned it. First of all, when you're taking Lindros, the best way to take him is not him, it's the puck. See this stick check? That's Zankovets behind him. You don't know much about Eric Lindros if you think you can stop him with your stick. Ryan Smith with a perfect feed here. Eric Lindros at 6'4", 240 pounds. You can see how excited he was when he scored the goal there. But if you try to stick check Eric Lindros, you are going to fail because he's that big and that strong. Canada now has all cylinders pumping for the gold medal game, Jim.
Bill, there are style differences in the other two semifinalists, the United States and Russia. With which does Canada match up better?
I think they match up better against Team USA simply because North Americans play a North American style. Russia plays a flow game. They've got great skaters. They play a lot of east-west hockey instead of north-south hockey, the way Canada and the U.S. like to play. So I think, if anything, Canada would avoid, if you will, a system shock or a change in hockey culture shock. They would avoid that if they play Team USA because their styles are very similar. I think they match up better against Team USA.
Fascinating. All right, we'll look forward to talking to you later on during the second of the two semifinal games when it comes up later on CNBC. Here in just a moment, a couple of members of the silver medal United States women's hockey team will join me in the studio. When we come back, we'll hear from Canadian goalie Martin Brodeur after his team's convincing 7-1 victory. We'll be right back after these messages and an MSNBC News update.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by Applebee's. Applebee's salutes all athletes and supports the winning spirit in all of us. By Bank of America, official sponsor of the 2002 Olympic Winter Games. By Haviland, a product of Chevron Texaco and proud sponsor of the 2002 U.S. Olympic team. And by Lipitor, proud sponsor of the 2002 Winter Olympics.
So, you hanging up the whistle, eh, Coach?
Yeah, kind of hard to believe.
So, can a girl buy you dinner?
Coach, sorry, could you help me with something?
Sure.
This goes up there.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
Let's go! Breaking up that.
Topside down. I mean...
Haviland, a proud sponsor of the Haviland Racing Team and the 2002 U.S. Olympic team.
The United States in day 2 of this round with Mike Richter in net taking on Russia and Nikolai Habibulin, Gary Thorne and John Davidson. And here we go, JD.
Both teams had great warm-ups, flying. You could just sense the excitement when the U.S. team came out just prior to this face-off. This place erupted.
They are both very strong hockey teams, very fast hockey teams, and absolutely loaded with talent. Russia playing in the blue and red. U.S. in the red, white, and blue. Centering pass deflected near side. Leach up the near side point, did not get back to him. Jeremy Roenick in the corner. Roenick sent it through the middle. Held in off the far side point to Roenick. Tkachuk behind the net. Keith Tkachuk looking for Drury in the middle. Big battle with Drury in front. Tipped it on net. Habibulin made the save. Cleared back out to Bure. We'll have two Bures playing on the same line. There they are, passing to one another. Pavel Bure, Valerie Bure behind the net. Driven by Mike Modano. Modano with a big hit on it. They come out flying just as we thought they would. Cote cleared it over to Amati. Tony Amati. Both teams will change. The U.S. in their first game, a victory over Finland, changed in a hurry. Gunshot! Oh, mercy did he rip that, but wide. Rebound, Kasparaitis put it in behind the net. This is Aaron Miller. Miller will drop it off. Didn't have anybody there. Shoots it back to Brian Leach on D. It's almost like, JD, you got to get the heart stopped a little bit if you're on the ice.
One of the keys for Team USA is for Mike Richter, the goaltender. His first game of the tournament, he can't be too aggressive. You have to play a deeper style of goal in the Olympics because of the wider ice surface and different angles for the goaltender to stop pucks.
Russia had to get onside. They do. Down the near side wall. Kovalev lost control. Here's Brett Hull coming in a possible 3-on-2. Waits in the middle. Leclerc near side. Waite pushed it ahead. He gets skated to the corner by Markov. Lost it on the far side boards. Alexei Yashin, number 79 in red, cleared it out. Sutter and Chelios defensively for the Team USA. Centered shot. Javi Bullen knocked it away. Attempted tip in the middle. Could not be converted. Back comes Russia. Quick line change. Both teams. Kovalev in the middle. His wrister gets blocked by Phil Housley. Bounce behind the net. Sergei Fedorov over to get it. Fedorov backed it up. Yashin was digging. Here's Phil Housley. First Olympics for the 20-year veteran Housley. Pass was intercepted. Chelios came over to help.
This Russian line on the ice, centered by Fedorov, was their best line in the first game of the tournament for them.
They beat Belarus by a score of 6-4. Fedorov, Samsonov can fly, and the 18-year-old Ilya Kovalchuk. Shot just tipped wide of the net. Young had the opportunity in front. He's still there. Looking for the wraparound chance. No. Busted by Gonchar and flipped off the far side. These teams will move the puck at a furious pace in this game. That one poked into the corner. Great shift out here. First time around for Scott Young.
Team USA trying to keep short shifts. Real short shifts. These games are played at altitude. You're playing a lot of games in a short period of time. Remember, Team USA played last night. Conserve energy.
They're already into the second shift, JD. They've gone through the lines once. The Fenegenov shot was partially blocked behind the net. Cleared back off the near side. In the corner. Maxima Fenegenov. Buffalo Sabres drop back Larionov. Igor Larionov, the veteran on this Russian team. He has been there before. Good hit put on in the corner by Rafalski. It'll be checked to center.
Yeah, he nailed Datsuk, a late addition to the team. Plays for the Detroit Red Wings. And man, is the pace feverish or what? Team USA have had a couple of shots. One was a real nice direction by Drury, but the save was made. We talked about some hitting. Datsuk reaches for the puck. Here comes Rafalski. Wham! That's how you take a man out of the play.
Right between Bill McCreary's legs, the referee.
Javi Bullen has had 2 shots. That's one of them. Now, he had a rough game in the 6-4 win against Belarus and didn't look real comfortable in warm-up either. So we'll watch him to see if he settles in.
Nikolai Khabibulin, the #1 netminder for Russia, plays for Tampa Bay, 29 years old, considered to be one of the best in the world. And right now, maybe, along with Dominik Hasek, the #1 and 2 goaltenders in the world, the way they're playing at the moment.
Khabibulin's had a fabulous NHL season, and one reason many people pick Russia as the favorite is because of his goaltending.
It's cleared back through center. Mike Modano trying to run it into the corner. Taken out. Boris Mironov went back to get it. Up to the blue line. Deflected away to center off Burry's stick.
Gary, 4 minutes in, and Team USA playing real attention to detail defensively. They blocked a couple of shots towards Richter, but their defensive detail has been terrific early.
Billy Guerin out there with his line. Cody looking, comes to the blue, finds Modano. Modano's got room. A wrister. Khabibulin will glove it and hang on.
Introducing the agile all-wheel drive Saturn Vue. At home in almost any environment.
You should read this. One of the U.S. bobsledders pulled a muscle. Looks like they'll need a sub.
I must go.
Any excuse is a good excuse to get to McDonald's for the all-new chicken breast Parmesan sandwich. Juicy, all-white meat chicken smothered with tangy marinara sauce, topped with melting mozzarella. Getting hungry? Hurry in.
So where's the medal?
The irresistible new chicken breast Parmesan sandwich, now on McDonald's new tastes menu. McDonald's, a worldwide Olympic partner.
You're looking at Team USA's bench. Herb Brooks is the head coach. John Cunniff changes the defense for the team. Herb Brooks was saying he was very happy with the first game. He thought Brett Hull played real hard. He wanted a little better effort penalty killing. Slava Fetisov, the head coach for Team Russia, but they have an assistant coach, Yerzinov, and he's kind of the brains and tactical guy over there. Been around a long time. In fact, he coached with Viktor Tikhonov for a long period of time.
U.S. back on the attack. Young, chance. Khabibulin kicks that one out. Khabibulin has looked very solid here in this first period after that shaky warm-up that JD and I were talking about. Fedorov in the middle. Samsonov shot it wide. This line for Russia can absolutely fly. Samsonov just dances out there. He tipped it out in front.
And Gary, that's why Rafalski and Housley, the defense pairing against them. Speedy defense for the speedy line.
And Fedorov's shot deflected wide, was not on net. Rafalski up there will try and clear it out and did. It's Tevodorsky who's got to go back to get it.
For coaches, they could match up defense against the other team's line. And you try to get speedy defense for the speedy Russian line.
Pavel Datsyuk had it blocked. Datsyuk of Detroit, the young rookie, is just tearing it up. Outstanding rookie, and a very good chance for an honor at the end of the year in that regard. Deflected into the seats.
A lot of blocked shots by Team USA early. We saw it last night in the win over Finland, how well Chelios and the defenseman did blocking shots. We're seeing it here early. Brian Leach, Chris Chelios. That time it was Aaron Miller. Before it was Rafalski. And now here's a change disallowed. You've got to change quick in international hockey. The USA coach tried to get Chelios out there. The referee said no, too late.
15 seconds from whistle to face-off. You've got to have your players ready to go, and it is very tough to match up in this game because of those quick face-offs. Leach came back to get it, left it on the far side. Forte got it in the middle. Here's Mike Modano. Modano, Tony Amati on this line, and Billy Guerin for Team USA. Guerin goes to the corner hard. Larionov from behind the net just dropped it off. Igor Larionov played with the guy who's now his coach, Slava Fetisov, in World Championship play. Centered. Venegenov got tied up. Good play by Guerin on the back check, and a penalty coming up on Team USA for tripping.
First penalty call of the game. 6:28 in. Shots are 4-0 in favor of Team USA. The Russian team has applied a few shots but couldn't get him through. Afinogenov, who plays in Buffalo. You can see the left leg of Modano. Good call by Bill McCreary. The left leg of Modano knocked the feet out from Afinogenov. Now here, I would think the Russian team will finally get and register their first shots on goal. And remember, they pass the puck sideways, east-west a ton, so Mike Richter cannot be aggressive. He's got to stay back a little bit and be able to move side to side with the play.
Modano tripping at 6:28, first power play of the game for Russia. They went 1 for 4 in their victory over Belarus.
Russia goes with 4 forwards and Alexei Kovalov, a forward playing on the point, along with Gonchar. Gonchar, a real defenseman, number 55, will move in a lot. And Kovalov has a great wrist shot, a great slap shot, and great passing skills. Scott Young won the faceoff and forced Russia to have to go back to get it. Bure on the crisscross in the middle. Shamnov will move up in front of the net. There it comes across and out. Kovalev's got to play it. He and Gonchar back it up. Young's the man out there along with Jeremy Roenick up front on the penalty kill. Suter's back with Chris Chelios defensively on the short-handed unit for Team USA. Young took it away, lost it. Bure gets it back near side. They've got nobody set up directly in front of the net here. This Russian power play. Pavel Bure along the half boards. Now they'll get someone in front. In fact, they'll get 2 down low here. See if Gonchar's got a great shot. We'll try and get it in. Near side, Pavel Bure. Bure blast deflected into the seats. Another block shot. Team USA doing everything right here. Very slow, meticulous setup by this Russian squad. They'll now make a wholesale change. But Suter, the defenseman, moves up. There it is, right off his foot. He moved right up. Mike Richter's played every one of these attempted shots. And Gary's got to be at least 6. And every one of them had been deflected or blocked by the Team USA defense or forwards. Great job so far by them defensively.
And Richter will take that. You better believe it. 6-1 in the game right now. An early shot. Sergei Fedorov at a point now. Leach intercepted. Went by Samsonov up the board. Short-handed 2-on-1. Here comes Ralston. Ralston in with a Afinogenov. Banned on the shot. Rebound. Afinogenov couldn't pick it up.
York took a shot right in the mouth in front of Hobby Bulin.
Big time opportunity. Mike York, who is up on it. That's going to be whistled on the offside. Good short-handed chance for Team USA. Mike York followed it up.
You know, Gary, the 2-on-1, York is a good penalty killer, as is Brian Ralston. I think Ralston was being too nice. He was thinking pass all the way instead of just heading up the ice as quickly as possible and taking the big shot. When he got the puck, see him look to his right, he slows down there a little bit. Now he speeds up, and then York goes to the net, and he took a shot right in the mouth.
Brian Ralston leads the National Hockey League with 6 short-handed goals coming into the Olympic break. He was the man who was out there leading that charge with the puck, the USA champ. Samsonov dropped it in the middle. Intercepted by Guerin. He'll clear. All the way up ice. Hobby Bulin back to get it. 30 left on the power play for Team Russia.
I'm impressed with the the U.S. team start here 8 minutes in, and they've done everything right.
Defense, they know they've got offense. It's defense they're concerned with, and Brett Hull did it. Hull broke it up and got it out. Guerin faked it, took it, and he hit Davidorski in the leg with it. Played behind the net. Davidorski made the good play. Moved back up through center. Davidorski on the block. They cut back into the net. 3-on-2. Team USA there. Power play is over. They killed it off. Modano back out on the ice. And again off near side. Blocked away to center. Russia making the line change.
Thought Mike Richter might get some work. He still hasn't had a shot.
He's watching. Stick got broken on the far side. Team USA, one player without a stick there. He takes one and makes the save.
What is that? What is that?
Curling, an ancient Scottish ice sport, played with a 42-pound stone.
You want expert answers whenever you need them? Come to Office Depot, where our people listen, understand, and help.
How can I have fewer office machines?
You can maximize space with an all-in-one.
Be nice if everything was like that. Office Depot. What you need to know. Proud sponsor of the 2002 U.S. Olympic team.
Save made by Richter and a shot from in the slot as Russia puts some heat on. We are in the first period, 9:32 into period number 1. Bure sends it in, no score. Second game for both these teams in the Olympics.
That was a good shift for Bure along with Zhamnov. They had 2 scoring chances.
Bure intercepted that one. Bure moving it back into the middle. Alexei Yashin there with him. Leach and Yashin go to the corner. Nobody's got control of it. Yashin digging in. Got some help. Ole Kavasha. They run it up the near side wall. Kicked away. Finally again came right back to where Leach was. Still loosened behind the net. Jeremy Roenick over to Kachuk. Kachuk got blocked off on the far side wall. And I'll tell you, there's some scrumming going on right now. Cleared back out to Leach. They'll get it to center. Team USA wants to change it up. Chris Drury, Brian Leach. Leach trying to get the shot off, but didn't have a good angle to wind up and take it. Rushed up by Gonchar. Gonchar with Drury in front of him. Tried to set a pick. Kavash's shot went wide. Rebound Kovalev on the near side. A lot of teammates going against one another who play for the same teams in the National Hockey League in this game. Brought back out by Kachuk. He'll be joined by Chris Chelios and a whistle and an offside.
Richter with some work. Bure moved in. Pavel, that is, who plays for the Florida Panthers. He's a left-handed shot. I think it hit Aaron Miller. Oh, boy, it hit the blocker, then the stick of Pody, number 5, the defenseman. And then the second shot we saw by that same Bure line. Richter with some good saves. Looked sharp early.
Kicked in from center ice by Kasparaitis. Chelios again back in behind the net. Samsonov stole it. Couldn't control it. Modano was there to knock it away and move it out through center. Modano to Tony Amati. Amati. Back to Modano. Modano. A little slicing and dicing with a stick as he tried to keep that alive and did. Modano in front of the net. Chance for the wraparound opportunity, but he couldn't get the shot off. Was Tony Amati. Near side. That's Modano going after it again. He is digging out there. Modano along the near side. Fedorov had moved up, then backed off. Modano back to the point, out. Chelios and Suter defensively. Chelios back to get it. Team Russia changing. Gary Suter, the high flip into the zone. Team USA will change. 15 seconds were some of the shifts taken by Team USA in the first game. Herb Brooks was telling JD and I and Darren Pang before the game he wants to keep that the same way. He does not want to wear people out.
I think that's one thing that happened to Team Canada. Some of their shifts were way too long in the first game, and you can't recover. Once you lose your energy by having a long shift, try to recover. It takes too long for your next shift.
Just never get it back. Good hit on the near side, Mike York. And Gonchar collided. Gonchar moves in behind the net, and Gonchar took the hit. Adam Deadmarsh a little payback as he went after him on a solid check. Back comes Afanagenov. Chance wide. Didn't get it on net. Russia was going back to change, so they had their defenseman already back over there with the bench. Gonchar will take it back and wait for his teammates to come over the boards. 5-2 the shots favor Team USA. Dumped in, Mike Richter back together.
Now that last play, the Russian team tried and thought of hitting Larionov on that long bomb pass. The U.S. club defended it beautifully.
Roenick had that bounce off his stick as he wanted to make the move through center and couldn't get there. Alexei Shamnov with Bure. Bure dropped it, shot wide. Bure was wide open. The rebound came right out front of the net.
Bad turnover at the Russian top of the circles. You can't turn the puck over there. You have to get it deep. And it was Roenick who had trouble with the puck.
Valerie Bure, number 20, had the opportunity. Aronoff comes the other way. Pavel Bure behind him. Pavel Bure sees a little space. Wrap shot, save made by Richter. And he'll cover it up.
Baby.
Hey, can I write a check for this?
I just need to see some ID.
Hold that thought.
Eunice, hi.
Come on, with me. Okay, so I was in a movie with an extra, Eunice, whose hairdresser, Wayne, attended Sunday school with Father O'Neill, who plays racquetball with Dr. Sanji, who recently removed the appendix of him who dumped you sophomore year. So you see, we're practically brothers.
Tired of looking for ID? Use the Visa Chair Card to get you in, out, and on with life.
I forgot my ID again.
The Kodak EasyShare digital camera and dock. Transfer at the touch of a button and your pictures are ready to email or print. It's digital photography made simple.
Share the moment, share life.
Alexei Yashin's pass on the wide side to the boards. Davidovsky goes down on the ice and out to center. Boy, are these teams flying. Near side, Leclerc got a chance for a 2-on-1 with Madonna. Leclerc off the glove. Good save made by Javi Bolin. They caught Russia in a line change and got that chance. Alexei Yashin trying to go through the middle. Can't. Madonna got it again. Madonna out there with Amati and Guerin. Tony Amati on the near side. Amati left it. What a chance. That deflected. Tried to get it to Guerin. Couldn't get the tip. Look at this transition you're seeing in this game from defense to offense. Great back checking. Tony Amati freed that puck up. They wave off anything.
Well, Leclerc has just had Team USA's best chance. And before that, Richter made a save on Mironov off a Bure pass. Those are the two best chances we've seen in the goaltenders right on top of it.
Igor Kravchuk was able to move that one up ice. Samsonov dancing in the middle. Left it, heads to the front. Shot, no angle. Richter's got it and hangs on.
Gary, the Team USA, they have to get the puck deep. If you don't, this Russian team now is starting to get their transition game going. Richter made a save off another one of those turnovers when they didn't get it deep. Fake, shot, pass. Look at that. Richter had to move about 9 or 10 feet from his left to his right. And then watch Javi Bulin's hand. Oh, did he just get that with the top part of his catching glove? Little area they call a cheater. Above the thumb on the glove itself. And that's where the puck that Leclerc's shot hit.
Saw the scoring chances here as they begin to pile up for Team Russia. Back the other way. Roenick centered. Not quite. Kachuk was cutting, had a shot at it. Dumped back in behind the net. Near side. Chase. On the near side wall, we've had some good scrums. Kachuk dug that. Shot blocked straight up in the air. Kachuk wound up. Markov moved in on him. 3-on-3 the other way. Don't turn your head the wrong way. You'll miss it. Datsuk just missed. Pavel Datsuk, who's got 9 goals on the season. Penalty coming up. And there's the whistle.
This will be a slashing call against Team USA. It was on the back check by Deadmarsh, and he chopped the Russian player's stick right out of his hands. Bill McCurry, watching behind the play, saw the play. And with a shot 6-5 in favor of Team USA, the Russian team goes on the power play. And I think the Russian team are settling into their game. Early in the game when they had their first power play, they weren't doing much, didn't get much. Now they're starting to make the transition plays, the diagonal passes. So this could be very interesting to watch this one.
Well, their coach, general manager, Slava Fetisov, said after game 1, we just haven't had time to be together enough to get a system going. He said, we'll do that as this Olympics moves along, and it looks like they are doing just that. Up ice to Guerin. Guerin shuts it down. Chance hit the outside of the net. Guerin save made. Javi Bolin. Bouncing puck in front. Madonna over there on the check. Deadmarsh out slashing 15-13. Second power play of the game for Russia. the big guns out there. See who they set up in front. Kovalev's pass partially blocked. They get it back. Jamnov on the near side didn't get to him, and Young clears it out.
I really like the way Team USA held the blue line there. They held the blue line, and this Russian team does not look like they want to throw the puck in. So if you hold the blue line, they're going to try to deke you right there. Watch Bore here. So he's trying to deke.
Bure gets around Young. That'll give him a chance to get it set up. Team USA in the box here. Bure's got a lot of room along the half boards. They'll let him shoot from there if he wants to, with Suter set up right in front of him. Bure, see Team USA staying back. Pavel Bure trying to get it in the middle. It rolled in on Richter.
The Russian team standing still. They got Bure did a great job transporting the puck into Team USA's zone, and then once he got in there, the Russian team just stood still. You've got to move around, show some motion, and it made it easier for Team USA to kill it. Now here's Bure. He loves to handle the puck, not throw it in. Fakes it. Now he moves in, and right there, Gary Suter stood him up right at the blue line. That's getting the job done.
These faceoffs come in a hurry. Igor Larionov was out there to take that one, lost it as the faceoff was won by Ralston, who immediately heads to the bench with 48 seconds left on the Russian power play. Jeremy Roenick up on the check. Couldn't pick the puck up, though. Kasparaitis came in to help dig it out. Back on the power play unit. Samsonov, Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk takes it down deep. Samsonov. Again, the U.S. just staying back here in the box. They're going to let him have the long shots. Fedorov's on the near side. Point chance. That one just wristed wide. These boards are alive, and that puck bounces out in a hurry. That shot taken by Tepdovsky came all the way back to the faceoff.
It's like, Gary, when you see Richter have a shot go by his net and hits the backboards, I mean, he springs up so fast knowing the puck is coming out the other side.
Samsonov dished it near side. Power play's got 10 seconds left on it for Russia. Leclerc out there in the penalty killing unit moved up to the blue line, so he's right in front there. They go weak side shot. He didn't get all of that one. Deflected wide. Samsonov looking. Larionov in front of the net. Penalty is over. 5-on-5. Igor Larionov gunned it, hit a body. Leach turns it back out. We're 5-on-5 now. Here's Hull. Got Leclerc. Hull with Fedorov. Hull and Fedorov, two teammates with the Detroit Red Wings, and a penalty coming up. Delayed call.
Against the Russians, Brett Hull did a great job working on Fedorov, the teammates from Detroit.
Delayed call. Richter goes to the bench. Team USA gets the extra skater. The whistle will blow when Russia touches it, and they do there.
Chevy Tahoe is the only large SUV with the security of AutoTrack four-wheel drive, so you can impress people. Or avoid them altogether. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
Hold on. I lost my wallet and my credit card was in it.
You do have a Capital One no-hassle card, don't you?
Well, don't worry. There's not another human for miles.
Worried about losing your credit card? With Capital One's no hassle card, you're not liable for a penny. Plus, get the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates and no telemarketing.
Team USA on the power play. They went 1 for 5 in their 6-0 win against Finland. Short-handed, though. Russia gave up 3 power play goals to Belarus, and that came outside the line offside.
And Tom Poti, the defenseman, trying to control the puck there, disagrees. Team USA now 40 seconds in make a wholesale change for their power play. Herb Brooks decided to pick some people on his team, such as Tom Poti, 2 years at Boston University, people like Brian Rafalski, people like Phil Housley, because they could do things from the blue line with speed and on the power play.
Cleared around by Markov. Bounce, short-handed. Team Russia, they won't take any chances. Alexei Yashin just gunned it in. Richter back to get it. Minute 7 left on Team USA's power play. Yashin's going to rag this one back. Picked it out of the snow. Saw that one flying over there. And we'll send it the length of the ice. Moving along here in this first period. It has been a ferocious pace as expected. 52 seconds left on this power play for Team USA. Brian Leach out working a point now with Rafalski. Bump put on by Guerin, taken away by Fedorov. Controlled by Amati in the far side corner. Leach is on the off wing trying to sneak in. Tip back towards the middle. Down to 1 minute to go in the period. Deflected shot wide. A lot of jamming going on in front of the net with Billy Guerin getting his helmet almost knocked off. He had to readjust. Played back up on the point. Husky shot again, deflected in the corner.
Gary, that was Markov with a left hand punch to the side of the head.
Got him pretty good.
Yeah.
Took that helmet, rolled it right up. Here's Leach. Leach and Rafalski out here. 12 seconds to go on the power play. That's going to be intercepted. Team Russia turns it out. Leach back to get it. Still on the advantage here. Under 30 seconds left to go in the period. And the power play is now over. Kasparaitis picks it up. The Team USA did not get a shot off the power play.
A couple of wrist shots from the blue line, but the shots never got through to Javi Bulin. You know, we watched this first period. These two teams didn't back up an inch. They didn't give up much. When they did get a shot, it was usually a good one, and the goaltenders were splendid. Javi Bulin and Richter. Not much work, but some quality chances against. Both teams really battled hard.
Team USA started out hard. Russia able to pick it up. Well, first intermission, no score. Jim McKay will be coming up with a 1980 retrospective of that great Olympic gold medal team.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks sold. By Cotton Incorporated. Cotton, the fabric of our lives. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
D on Philly's just too strong.
So do you guys think that Philly's power play's improved?
Well, their second unit's as good as their first.
That's true. Second unit's as good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So how does LA get better?
Well, with solid forechecking and strong play in the neutral zone. Yeah.
I'd say so.
Definitely. Right on.
So, Bill, how does LA get better?
With solid forechecking and strong play in the neutral zone.
So, folks, we got a great matchup here tonight.
You gotta feel.
How does your network handle roadblocks, hurdles, and the otherwise unexpected? Stay up and running with a system that's built to 5 nines of reliability. With an AT&T network designed to anticipate and avoid any obstacle, no matter what comes up, you'll still be marching on.
At Bank of America, we really wanted to participate in the Olympic Winter Games. But in the end, we decided to support the real athletes and stick to the things we do best, like eliminating 80% of all upfront paperwork to make the mortgage process less painful.
Last Friday night, the opening ceremony here in Salt Lake City, lighting the cauldron, Captain Mike Eruzione and the U.S. hockey team that delivered a surprise gold medal of transcendent meaning back in 1980. Tonight, in different circumstances, and with a team of NHL pros, not upstart collegians, Team USA faces off again with Russia, bringing to mind that unforgettable day in Lake Placid. Here's Jim McKay.
In the winter of 1980, the mood of many Americans was dark and dreary. In the depths of the Cold War, the Soviets had invaded Afghanistan. Under the radical Islamic government of the Ayatollah Khomeini, Iranian fundamentalists had taken hostages at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. At home, there was an oil shortage and an energy crisis. Gasoline was on its way to nearly $3 a gallon. The inflation rate exceeded 20%. The nation's psyche was shaky, uncertain. But then one night, Americans gathered before their television sets and watched an event that had ended a few hours earlier. An event in the tiny village of Lake Placid, New York, that provided a most unexpected lift for Americans.
The United States and its citizens were very unsure of themselves. You had a Soviet power You know, I think it was really for the first time we didn't know who was the strongest. Was it the communism or was it democracy?
February 14th, 1980, the opening of the 13th Olympic Winter Games. Also day 100 of the hostage crisis. 6 days from a deadline imposed by President Carter. The Soviets would leave Afghanistan or the U.S. would boycott that summer's Moscow Olympics. Against this tense backdrop, the Soviet hockey team was considered a sure thing for the gold medal. Just a week before the Olympics, the men in red had routed Team USA 10-3 in a pre-Olympic exhibition.
I remember Madison Square Garden, Saturday afternoon was filled and they announced the great Soviet team. And this is the same arena, the Garden, where they beat the NHL All-Stars 2 out of 3 the year before. And they're introducing the great Soviet Union team. Our guys were applauding the other team, so.
I think we were all in awe of just thinking that we were going to compete in the same ice with these legends who were taking the game to a different level.
In contrast to the veteran Soviets, the Americans, mostly college boys, averaged just 22 years of age. Coach Herb Brooks told his team, the youngest in the field, that it didn't have the talent to win on talent alone. Team USA wasn't thought to have a chance to win a medal. But in his first game, a hint of heroics to come. Down 2-1 to Sweden with less than a minute left, the U.S. faced an early but significant setback.
The team was really uptight. I mean, they were really uptight. That wasn't the team that I had. They were just playing with too much fear. And I kept saying, hey, those Swedes will crack.
With 27 seconds to go and an empty net behind them, Team USA, on a slap shot by defenseman Bill Baker, even the score. The game would end at a tie, but amount to a victory for the U.S. Inspired by their escape, the Americans would then beat medal contender Czechoslovakia, Norway, Romania, and Germany. With a surprising 4-0-1 record in the round robin, the upstart U.S. stormed into the medal round along with Sweden, Finland, and the Soviet Union. On February 22nd, they'd get the ultimate test, taking on the 4-time defending champion Soviets.
We were way stronger. Nobody ever doubted that. We were professional, and they were just students. Simply put, we did not respect this team, and you cannot do that in hockey.
Yes, the Soviets lacked respect. The underdog Americans lacked fear. The result, a tight game from the opening faceoff. The Soviets led 2-1 late in the first period, but showing their lack of focus, they allowed Mark Johnson to slap home a rebound with 1 second left, tying the score. Midway through the third, with the score tied at 3, Captain Mike Eruzione gave the Americans their first lead. What followed were 10 minutes that to Team USA seemed an eternity.
There was a point in that last 10-minute frame that things almost got into slow motion. I mean, it was sort of eerie. The crowd is like, you heard it, but you didn't hear it. It was like, it was surreal. It was just in a slow motion type of thing.
At last, time expired, and we heard Al Michaels' memorable line.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
It was a victory that meant so much in the context of its time and place in history. But in the context of the Olympics, Team USA still had work to do. A loss to Finland 2 days later, and the gold would be gone.
I remember walking in the locker room, and we were going to talk about what we were going to do at practice a little bit, and they're signing sticks and signing this, and people were giving autographs this, and the troopers with this, and I said, what in the world's going on here? So I remember whacking something in a locker room thing there at a table and knocked something off there and yapped at them, and basically I said, guys, it was a fluke. I said, you can't do it. You're too young. And then there was quiet. And they're just, I could see them staring daggers at me then.
With drama their calling card by now, Team USA rallied from a 2-1 deficit with 3 unanswered goals in the final period to win the game 4-2 and a most improbable gold medal. Giving us all a lesson in priorities, goalie Jim Craig skated toward the stands and as we read his lips said, "Where's my father?" Team USA had done the impossible. It was and is, in my mind, the greatest upset in the history of sports, any sport, any place, any time.
How did they do it? Well, Michael Ruzioni said it wasn't a fashionable thing to say in these days of ultimate cool, but they were able to do it because they loved each other. Late that night, Roone Arledge, producing the show, said in my earpiece that he wanted to put up a live shot for me to comment on. It really needed no comment. It was a shot of a group of young people walking down Main Street singing God Bless America. Our college-aged daughter Mary, who was at the game, said, "Dad, the last time I saw that many American flags in one place, they were burning." Patriotism that night in Lake Placid had returned to America.
They're 6 of the WWF's toughest, but are they tough enough for this?
Keep going. No, don't stop. Can you even talk?
WWF Fear Factor, NBC Monday after the Olympics.
This is a new year, so get out of neutral and get into overdrive with $2,002 cash back on any new 2001 or 2002 Chevy truck. That's $2,002 when you lease or purchase any new dependable, long-lasting Chevy truck. So depend on a Chevy to make 2002 a year you'll never forget. See your local Chevy dealer today.
If you could get inside the mind of a downhill racer traveling in excess of 70 miles an hour, where one misstep could mean disaster, what would you hear?
I wonder if I should be looking at a variable annuity or a more conventional mutual fund.
Okay, so you have other things on your mind. We're at United Heritage. Your life, home, and financial future, it's all we think about. United Heritage, for the life you deserve.
It's a new world. People are talking. New York, Paris, Singapore. People are talking. No boundaries, no strings, no limitations. People are talking. But if the whole world is talking and I can't get a signal on my cell phone, it's gonna get very ugly, very fast.
Edge Wireless. No roaming, no long distance, and a digital signal that's actually there when you need it. It's where you need to be.
Hey, Boitano, LT, check it out. $1.
So what can you get for $1 these days? A phone call? Your autograph?
Whoa, guys, wait. For just 99 cents, you can get great food. Like my new Big Cheeseburger. A big patty with 2 kinds of melting cheese for just 99 cents.
Salcow.
In 1988, the U.S. government shut down all Chilean grape imports when small amounts of cyanide were found in 2 grapes. There is 10 times more cyanide in a single puff from a cigarette.
At the E-Center, in the first international meeting between the 2 superpowers in 6 years, the United States and Russia play a dead-even first period. 6 shots on goal apiece, nothing on the scoreboard. Bill Clement, what must the USA do in the second period to make it better?
Couple of things, Jim. The first thing I think is avoid turnovers. These are both puck possession teams. I think they're both better with the puck than they are without the puck, so whoever can hang on to it the longest is going to generate scoring chances. The U.S. turned the puck over a couple of times and it almost cost them. The second thing is this: stay out of the penalty box unless it is a must-take penalty. I mean, the Russian team is a who's who of highlight people up front, and if you put them on the power play, you're going to end up shooting yourself in the foot. So discipline is a big word for this game.
Discipline is the name of Herb Brooks's game, the last major meeting between the 2 superpowers 6 years ago. That game was the semifinal of the World Cup in 1996. The United States won it 5-2. Mike Richter was the goalie, and a fellow named Brett Hull scored a couple of goals. The USA looking to duplicate that success tonight.
ready. Bill McCreary drops the puck underway. Second period. Gary Thorne, John Davidson here, and it was a beauty. Period number 1, just as anticipated. The sellout crowd on hand, beginning that USA chant again, as they were doing throughout the break and about a half a dozen times in that first period. Aaron Miller coming back to get it. Dropped it off the far side to Leach. Leach up the wall to Tkachuk on the tip pass to center. Shots at 6-6. No score. Some chances. A lot of block shots and some terrific skating in that first period. Tkachuk leads it back. Miller got it to him. Keith Tkachuk moving it in. The Mass native. Poked away. Jeremy Roenick centered. Deflected away. Defenseman moving in. Got a piece of that. Boris Mironov helped move it out. And right away, Team USA is changing it up. In behind the net. Jam up there. Bure line. Sergei Fedorov now will be out. Fedorov on the near side trying to block Modano. Mike Modano moved it in and whistled offside.
Well, you saw the piece between periods with Jim McKay on the 1980 team. That gentleman standing up is Craig Patrick. Craig was the assistant coach or worked with the head coach Herb Brooks with that team. Craig is one very valuable hockey man at all levels. He's been with USA Hockey for years along with everybody else there. And Craig's got the glasses on, watching intently. He's got one great hockey mind. And you think about the family too, huh, Gary? The Patrick family for years and years.
They are associated with hockey. Even some of the great trophies of the National Hockey League go back to the Patrick days. Chelios will pick that one up at center. He and Suter have been out there together defensively in the first 2 games Team USA has played. Modano lost that one in the zone, of which I could not hold it in. Samsonov on the far side. Sergei Samsonov ahead to Fedorov. Fedorov the wrister wide. Richter. Samsonov gets it back. Samsonov over to Fedorov near side. Left it back in behind the net. Samsonov ran it out. Tipped in front. Richter lost his stick. Richter will pick it up. Stick stayed right there with him in the crease.
Richter made a good save there. Might have been on Kovalchuk, as Chelios and Suter continue to play a lot as a defense pair for Team USA against Sergei Fedorov's line. And remember, both Chelios and Fedorov play on the same team in the NHL, that being the Detroit Red Wings. The puck gets in front here. Watch 71's quick hands. And there's a shot, and Richter had to let a stick go to find a way to make the save. That's that 18-year-old who has lightning quick hands.
Ilya Kovalchuk is the youngest player going at it here in these Olympics on another icing.
You know, Gary, after the All-Star game where Kovalchuk played extremely well in the young players game that they had, Wayne Gretzky said to me he thinks that this kid who plays for the Atlanta Thrashers has the best set of hands for a young player coming into the NHL since Mario Lemieux. And how's that for a compliment?
They scored 27 goals, and he's a leader among rookies in that department. 6 goals, 1 assist in the game that was played in Los Angeles. I'll tell you, the Young Stars game, he absolutely outshone everybody in that All-Star weekend. Down low shot, just wide, Doug Waite. What an opportunity, but he couldn't get it lined up. And Waite, a 14-goal scorer in the year, wasn't quite sure where the net was. The other way, and Mike Richter knocks it away, a whistle anyway.
Kavasha with a shot, and he's getting the attention of some players, and they've got to be careful here. It's scoreless, 2:19 into the second.
You don't shoot the puck on the goaltender after a whistle, and Team USA players thinking maybe that one was let go a little late.
And they're just giving Kavasha a little message. Kovalov went offside on the near side earlier on the same shift. Kasparaitis lined up Brett Hull. Took a run at him. Hull prepared himself for the hit, and Kasparaitis went down. Here you see Leclerc moving the puck across. Spin around shot by Doug Waite on a Lake Superior State. That one just went wide.
Face off won by Team USA. Young in the near side. Young takes the check from behind, but got it out of there. Big jam up along the near side wall. No one can get to it. Aaron Miller plays it out. Team Russia, a couple of forecheckers moving up here, and they're creating some havoc. Ralston got it back. Leach says, I can break this. Brian Leach moves it up. Leach centered Young, and it was tipped wide.
Oh, baby, what a play by Leach, but Young couldn't finish.
Scott Young had an open net to go at, but he couldn't redirect in the right direction. Chance fanned on, cleared by Miller near side. Boy, was that close. Ralston got it up and out, intercepted Team Russia. There, Team USA and Team Russia will change, so he'll go back with it. Mironov.
Yeah, look at him take his time for his teammates to change. How about the play by Leach? Wow.
Unbelievable setup. Chance off Richter's shoulder, deflects to the near side, straight up in the air. Jeremy Roenick had tied his man up. Good play by Roenick on the interception, trying to get it to Keith Tkachuk. Tkachuk looking to move it up, starts from behind the net. Good forechecking here, 2 up for Team Russia. Then the third man moved in from the middle. Team USA here in this period seeing more forechecking from Team Russia to start it than we did in the first. Creating a little more havoc and trying to move out of the zone. Malakoff got it in the middle. Not quite on the connection with Bure, though. Bodie moves it back in behind the net. Will start from there. Russia changing it up. They will quickly drop back, getting their people on the ice. Cody came end-to-end offside, though.
Keith Tkachuk barely offside. It looks like Team USA are sending their D in on the rush. Leach. That time it was Bodie. You know, Brian Leach has a brother in the Special Forces, and right now he's in training, preparing in case he has to go overseas, and they put them into a situation. Watch Leach head up the ice here. He's past one man, he's round 2, and then he fakes a shot, moves it to Young, who can't quite finish. But his brother is on the east coast of the United States, and he can't even watch the Olympics.
Fedorov centered, almost.
Gary, they're put away and put into a 6-week program as though they were away at war, and they don't know what goes on in North America. They're just put away.
Chelios, a shot got deflected. Javi Bullet on the far side. Held in by Samsonov. Back in behind the net. Cleared around. Javi Bullet, the 29-year-old netminder, with a couple of big saves in the game. Fedorov moved up, took it away, lost it. Madonna moves in front. Centering pass, never got there. And it'll be cleared out. Davidovsky able to get it to center. Madonna. He had deflected it once, but not twice. Russia controls. Samsonov back. Fedorov behind him. Samsonov shot. Fedorov shot. Samsonov dished it off. Couldn't get the chance as Chelios took it. You can see how quick you've got to be on defense.
I see Chelios out there again, and now you'll see a penalty. Chelios draws one. Kovalchuk takes a penalty.
It is a delayed call. Madonna will wait. Richter heads to the bench. Team USA gets the extra skater. They've got an extra skater out there on this delayed penalty. They'll get a power play unless they get a goal right here. Madonna drops it off. Straight down the middle. Wait, trying to move it away. There's the whistle. Power play coming.
Hide, seek, peek, chase,
Pounce.
frolic, flirt,
Wink.
rub-a-dub, pinch,
Squeeze.
tease,
Indulge. Nuzzle.
laugh,
Tickle.
tickle.
You get a good feeling from great taste without the calories. Do something with it. Diet Coke. Do what feels good.
His ideas,
time travel,
were ahead of their time. Wow. His theories tested the limits of imagination.
Where do you come from?
I'm from the past.
But his greatest invention took him 800,000 years from home. On March 8th, experience the greatest journey through all time. The Time Machine. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, March 8th.
Team USA started the power play, and now they're going to get a 2-man advantage as on the near side wall, Bill McCreary calls an elbowing.
Malakoff moved in, threw an elbow up high on Doug Waite. From the left side, boom, right up to the head, and the rules are anything high is to be called. This was the original on Chelios. Kovalchuk let go of one hand on his stick, twisted Chelios around, who helped the play out. It'll be a 1 minute, 28 second to 5-on-3 for Team USA. And Gary, in these situations, watch for Brett Hull. He'll be in a shooting position at all times. It's a scoreless game. This is the chance for Team USA.
Malakoff off the face-off, a big clear for Russia. The USA has had one shot in the last 14 minutes of this game. They've not had one yet in this period. They've got a 2-man advantage for a minute 14 if they need it. Leach, a 5-on-3 power play, Team USA. Rafalski and Leach along the blue line, Hull in the slot. That's Rafalski, way in. Brian Leach looking, they'll try and get it to Hull in the middle. Back up for Leach. Leach looking to dish. Near side Rafalski. Leach, over to Tkachuk, deflected in on goal. Covered up, score! Keith Tkachuk!
action. The puck comes to him there. It's between his legs. Where is it? It squirts loose, and Keith Tkachuk jammed it right underneath and through the legs of Javi Bulin. Off the skate of Kasparaitis, number 11. There, through the legs. Tkachuk jams it in, and Team USA with the lead, and still the power play.
The power play goal comes with a two-man advantage. USA finally getting a shot and a goal. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play. Team Russia still short-handed. Third back out. Back leaves it. Billy Garrett. Team USA gets on the board. 6:19 with a two-man advantage. Tkachuk picking up his second power play goal of these Olympics. Mike Modano out there. Leach and Rafalski got the assists on the goal. The wrist shot blocked to the corner. That went off Mironov. Back in behind the net, Amati intercepted Mironov, and he clears. Well, that rocked the house. These fans have been waiting all day for this one. A lot of them just been hanging around, talking outside, exchanging pins, arguing about who's going to win, trying to find tickets. It's been one of those days waiting for this game. Team USA and Team Russia. And it is an important game. This round decides whom the teams will play going into the final round. And the winner of this game could very well finish at the top of their pool.
Which means their first knockout game will be against the bottom of the other pool.
Brad Hull had it. Larionov, his teammate, couldn't get it. Hull dropped it. Shot, saved by the defenseman. That was Kasparaitis.
That saved a goal because Javi Bulin, the goaltender, was stuck in the middle of the ice, never got to the near post, and a goal was saved on that play for sure. Now, Bill McCreary's having some words as Kasparaitis has really got the mouth going, and Bill McCreary's over, and he's warned him right there. That's it. You don't see much arguing here because the face-offs are so quick. The players don't have time to skate over and have a beef with the referee. Kasparaitis saved a goal, or would have been 2-0. He checks off Leclerc. Watch the goalie. He doesn't move. Down he goes. And Kasparaitis, actually the shot maybe even hit the side of the net.
He broke his stick on Leclerc when he hit him. That's why he threw the stick away. You can't play with a broken stick. So he had to make the save with the body. And Slava Fetisov, his coach behind him, was warned by the referee, Bill McCreary, shut him up or I will. And Kasparaitis goes over and took a little tap from his coach.
Hey, listen, he gets fired up. Kasparaitis is a very competitive individual in a very competitive game here. I think he missed this shot. It hit the side of the net. That was simply a case of the shot not hitting the open side. We thought Kasparaitis saved a goal, but he actually hit the side of the net. Did the shooter, I think it was Doug Waite.
And take all the credit away from him.
You know, yeah, had enough of you now, Kasper. That's it. You didn't make the play. We take it back.
They're picking up pieces of that broken stick. Bill McCreary of the National Hockey League, one of 3 referees from the NHL in the Olympics.
Gary, what's interesting here is Team Russia is going at the Olympic medal round, or going into the Olympics hoping for a gold or whatever. They're not getting a ton of support from home. It's very interesting.
Taken back in behind the net. It's about the old and the new, isn't it?
That's right. The old doesn't like the new, and the new left. And they're not. And Slava Fetisov, who has the #1 man in Russia behind him, that's the man, Mr. Putin. But other than that, a lot of people will say, "Oh, you go play. We're not sure how you're going to do it. Doesn't matter all that much."
Yep, they've got a great team, and if they play the way they're playing right now, they'll generate some interest everywhere. Young's got it. Young trying to get it back off the far side, just missed. Deadmarsh was setting a little pick down the middle for Ralston, who was trailing him. Gonchar intercepted it. Gonchar bounces it back in behind the net. 10-7 the shots in the game in favor of Russia. USA on Tkachuk's goal with a 1-0 lead as they got it on the 2-man advantage. Power play opportunity. Gonchar in front of the net, gloved it. It went wide. Don't think that would have counted, and it's considered a hand pass anyway.
Take away the cameras, take away the crowds, take away the medals and the clock, the other athletes and the judges, and what do you have left? A really fit guy who needs a job.
Monster is proud to find great jobs for our U.S. Olympians and millions of other Americans.
The Home Depot has employed more Olympic hopefuls than any other company in the world. The Home Depot, proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams.
Big jam up in front. Team USA charging in, cleared back out to center. Kachuk came back to get it. For those of you who may be watching Olympic hockey for the first time this year, we'll remind you there are no TV timeouts allowed, so the play goes on. Good chance. Richter came away with a big save.
That was on a Finnegan-off, number 61. Big kick save. Left leg.
Finnegan-off, 18 goals so far. Career high for the youngster. Housley on the far side. Team USA moving it up ice here. They've got the 1-0 lead about midway through this period. Guerin looking into the middle. Mike Madonna was cutting there. Tony Amati couldn't handle. Team Russia back the other way, but look at the defense back. Chelios, Suter, both there, and they create an offside. A hero, and still is, Darren Pang.
Well, Mike Eruzione, I know you're excited. You've been glued to your seat this entire game. Brings back some memories, huh?
It does. I'm just so happy for the players. They played so well last night, and I know it's a long tournament. There's a lot of games to be played, but I mean, they're off to a good start tonight. They looked so thorough last night. They were so solid. I'm happy for them, and this is going to be a great tournament. I'm really excited.
Before they scored the goal, you said they're going to get one right now.
Well, they just seem to have the play going their way. 5-on-3. Look at the skill out here, Tanger. It is. I mean, there's guys out here that can flat out play the game, and it just you can't give either team a 5-on-3. They're going to score at some point. And again, it's going well. It's a long tournament, but I really like the way they're playing. They seem to have an edge. They seem to have. Oh no! See, that's what I mean. They seem to have that little, what you want. It seems to be a different team than I saw in Nagano. A little more jump, a little more excitement, and a little more enthusiasm.
Mike, thank you. You got great enthusiasm yourself. Thanks.
I'm excited for him. This is good.
Fellas.
That was Gonchar almost drove that one home in front of the net with Richter having the pile up there. Suter takes the hit. Got knocked off the puck by Alexei Kovalev, a 20-goal scorer. Kovalev and Suter still going at it, and a penalty coming on Team USA. Suter's going to get it. And there's the touch for the whistle.
Suter and Kovalov had their own private battle in the corner. Eventually, Suter gets the penalty. Gary, a lot of it set up. This was a good shift for Team Russia. 55. Gonchar plays defense in Washington. He moved in all over the place like a rover in the offensive zone, and that got Team USA off balance. And then over in the corner, Kovalov with his strength. Suter doesn't want to back up. Suter keeps working with Kovalov down in that corner. Keeps there. Now you see the penalty call. And with a 1-0 U.S. lead, the third power play for the Russian team, and they have not been very good.
Suter off in the hold at 10:46. Power play number 3 is cleared. Team USA able to get it out of there. Team Russia now has scored 1 power play goal in the 2 games they have played. This their 7th chance in the Olympics. They've got a chance to tie it up if they can get one here. Russia out shooting the U.S. 7-1 in the second period, but that one shot by Team USA was the goal by Keith Kachuk.
And I've been overly impressed with Team USA's penalty kill so far over the first half of this game.
Kovalchuk, the 18-year-old, moves it up to the far side. Samsonov on the near side boards. Came all the way back to the blue line. Held in here. Davidovsky got it down in front of the net. Brian Leach. Far side York. York put a good hit on over there on Markov. Pinned him up against the boards. Team USA will take possession and clear shorthanded.
Mike York's a role player in this tournament for Team USA. There he did the job on the penalty kill.
Davidovsky had to come back to get it again. They change up the penalty killing unit. 1 minute left to go on Team Russia's 5-on-4 advantage. They'll move in through center. Bure trying to handle through 2D, couldn't get there, but they'll get it set up. Again, Team Russia keeping it wide, using all of the ice here as they spread it out. Nobody in the low slot area. That allows the penalty killers to just stay in that box. They'll let them pass outside. Pavel Bure with it along the half boards. Bure looking to the point. Mironov leaves it far side. Shot wide. Wasn't going to be on net as Malikov took the chance and cleared again.
It's not one of Malikov's strength, shooting the puck off the pass. He plays with Brian Leach for the Rangers on the point of their power play, and you could see there he didn't get the clean shot.
Moving back up with 15 left on the advantage. Bure into the zone. JD, they're not moving the puck particularly well.
They're not moving. Look at all the red jerseys basically are standing still. It's easy to defend when you stand still.
Yeah, the Team USA just moved back and forth, and it's over. Blood, Murray chance deflected, far side shot. Richter came out and covered. Went behind the net. Malikov had moved in. Richter moved with him. It's a 5-on-5 now as they do not convert on that power play chance. They bring it up ice. Team Russia did not have a shot on that power play. Bad pass deflected. Bure's got it. Bure will move it up. Team USA gets back 3-on-3. Centered open net. Hit the outside of the net. Mironov had an open net with Richter on the other side, and he hit the outside of the post.
And he goes to the bench, and he can't believe he didn't finish it. He goes and sits right in the back corner of the bench, and he is distraught.
Go to the goalie. It's Brown. They're in our house, boys. Looking for a big game out there. It's a big one. You go get them. Red, white, blue.
1, 2, 10. Yep, get them all.
Chevrolet sponsors the 2002 U.S. Olympic team all year long. And it shows.
Hey, good job. All right, just zoom right in on Chelios. Yeah, oh, that's great.
Chevy, day in, day out, we'll be there.
So, you hanging up the whistle, eh, Coach?
Yeah, kind of hard to believe.
So, can a girl buy you dinner?
Coach, sorry, could you help me with something?
Sure.
This goes up there.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
Well, he went right to the bench, sat right in the back corner, and couldn't believe that he missed. Caught the puck off the heel of his blade and shanked it just wide. He went straight to the bench, and he just basically went right to the back corner. Oh, my, and we've seen some goaltending. Bobby Boolin's played well, and Mike Richter's had a fantastic second period.
Mike Dunham, of course, played in the first game for Team USA, got the shutout. He's not dressed tonight. Tom Barrasso's the backup. Here's a chance to get it tied. Shot save made by Richter. Kovalchuk moved it in. Richter got it with a pad. Jeremy Roenick the other way. Roenick with Young cutting in front of him to Young. Shot. Save made. He thought it had gone behind him.
Yeah, Bobby Boulin wasn't sure. It was right underneath. Roenick with a nice little pass in front. We're seeing end-to-end action. This is fantastic. Look at the crowd. They're now looking at Mike Richter and saying thanks. They're all looking down at Richter, who stopped the breakaway. I thought Kovalchuk, when he was going to go in, he'd go high, top corner, catch and glove save. We saw him do it at the All-Star game a lot. Look at that pass. Diagonal pass, bullseye, high to the glove. No, he went low, and Richter kicked it out. Perfect position, read the play beautifully. Right now, after seeing Dunham last night and Richter tonight, whoa, baby, is Team USA getting goaltending?
Maybe no problem in net at all. Gary Thorne, John Davidson with you here at the East Center in Salt Lake. It is a 1-0 lead. Keith Tkachuk has picked up the lone goal. And Team USA had a 2-man advantage on the power play. 14:21 into the second period. The shots are 16-9 in favor of Team Russia. And it has been just the kind of game that was expected. Straight up and down. Datsuk deals it off. Afinogenov looking into the middle. Datsuk, the trailer, is blocked by Modano. Datsuk came over to get it. Modano up on the check again. Hit the side of the net. Datsuk tried to line it up between the legs of the defender for a chance and couldn't get the stick on it. Team USA using the width of the ice here. Guerin in. Guerin a shot. Bobby Bolin, watch that one go wide. Gonchar cleared it out. Rafalski at center. Brian Rafalski, third among defensemen in scoring in the National Hockey League, sends that in offside.
Who's first?
Who's first?
Gonchar, number 55, and we're seeing him all over the place. Man, the pace is just feverish. 4:59 to go in this second period. Kasparedes looks like smelling salts. He got rocked in the first game of this tournament and had the smelling salts going then. And I think right now everybody's just trying to get energy. The puck's about to be dropped again, and here we go.
15 seconds is all you get to get out to. We keep reminding you of that because there's no such rule in the NHL in these faceoffs. Brian Ralston able to move it out. Chipped away from him. Deadmarsh was up ice waiting. Deadmarsh in, got knocked down. York moves over. Samsonov pushed it away.
Gary, I think there will be a rule about the quick faceoffs at the NHL level.
And it will be good for the game after what we've seen here in the Olympics.
We weren't technically a garage band since we practiced in a barn. 3 years, 7 drummers, 1 groupie. And we never get tired of talking about the whole thing.
Introducing AT&T Unlimited. $19.95 a month for unlimited long-distance calls to any of AT&T's 50 million residential long-distance customers. Make all the calls you want, whenever you want. Plus, it's just 7 cents a minute to anyone else.
We still call each other all the time, but we have one rule. No singing.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT to enroll.
Sweet jacket.
Yeah. Signed by everyone on Boston's last cup team.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 1972 against New York?
Oh, Ray, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My fault. I'm oh, just.
Oh.
Off the face-off, Bill McCrory has called a penalty here, and it's a very unhappy John LeClair.
Interference. You see him move up. He gets tied up and pulls his man down. That was Zhamnov, the centerman. LeClair sits. And you know, in watching this game to this point, and we're late in the second period, the Russian team has really come on. They've had some great scoring chances, but their power play's done zipple. Nothing. They hardly had a scoring chance on their power play.
No shots on their last chance.
No.
This is their fourth power play of the game. And they have been one shot on the previous three power plays. They are, however, out shooting Team USA in the period 10-3. Richter has had to be big. Power play here. Samsonov pushed it away. They'll get it set up. Fedorov will play in the middle. Samsonov working. There's Fedorov coming over off the half boards now. Fedorov, of course, a big scorer. Fakes. Goes back out on top. Markov's shot got blocked. Roenick blocked it. Fedorov in. Fedorov shot. Richter knocked it away. Short side. Centering pass Samsonov. Couldn't be cleared. Shot, point, save. Richter. Rebound kicked in. Davidovsky able to hold it in. Played to the near side boards. Kovalchuk with it. Shot from the point there. Richter's got it. Hangs on.
Well, we said, don't move out too far, Mike, because then the puck will be moved side to side and they'll beat you, but he hasn't. He's been inside the goal crease all game long. He has made saves with his right leg, left leg. He's been using his gloves. He's been in perfect position, and the focus, look at the eyes. The focus is there. He has been the difference in this second period.
Third Olympics for the 35-year-old netminder, Mike Richter of the New York Rangers. Face off to his right. Power play still has 1:08 left to go on it. Madano will back out of there from taking the draw. And moving in is Tony Amati. Off the face-off, Amati couldn't move it out of the circle. Bure kicked it back onto the point, blocked by Amati. That's Bure knocking it down. Amati got it out of there. Penalty killing of the United States here in this game so far has been the difference, as they have denied this Russian power play an opportunity to get it started. Bure back. Off the near side, a little room, Zhamnov. Zhamnov sent it around. Partially blocked over there. Amati again came over to get it. Got bumped up in the air by Malakoff. Malakoff trying to dig it out. Gets a little room. Malakoff sends it near side. Bure. Score! Valerie Bure. Power play goal.
And there are a few Russian fans in the audience. They tie it up. Each team with a power play goal here in this second period. Malakoff with a cross-ice pass. And Mike Richter this time went feet first across. Look at the length of the pass through the seam. Bure shoots it. Beats Mike Richter just past the heel of his right skate. We're tied at 1. Richter, one push, went down and tried to get the legs up. Just missed the puck. You know, I think when Richter went across, his skates jammed into the goalpost, and I think that knocked him off balance a little bit. Bure scores. He got the shot on goal. A beautiful pass from Malakoff. We're tied at 1.
So 5 shots on that power play after they had 1 on the first 3. And they have tied this game up with the power play goal. Gonchar back. Heck of a game. You are seeing a collection of some of the greatest hockey talent ever to play in one game. Remember, this is only the second time in Olympic history that the NHL players have been involved. Nagano was the first, and these two teams are loaded. Shot hit the post! Oh, mercy! And ricocheted out. Potay just gunned at it and hit the wide side post. That's LeClair. LeClair trying to move. He's